Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome back to the Team Islas podcast. My name is Doug Bush, and today I'm joined by
Zach Shear
and
Patricia Islas.
And this is the podcast. This is for anyone looking to better themselves in percussion education. It's a well-oiled machine here, guys. And this is a celebratory podcast of 1 year.
Yay!
Team Islas Percussion.
1 year.
I brought up some facts about podcasts.
Oh,
Guys, how many episodes does the average podcast last? If you had to take a guess, like your average podcast, how many?
12.
10.
7.
Oh, wow.
7. The lifespan and survival rate is that 90% of all podcasts are abandoned after 3 episodes. To make it into the top 1% of podcasts globally, you must have at least 21 episodes.
Oh!
That's right.
21.
We are in the top 1% survival rate. And to pull a very, my students would laugh if they heard this right now. This is a very Mr. Bush thing, looking for these connections that don't exist, right? But I can't help but feel that there is a lesson here. And fundamentally, the entire purpose of the podcast is to help you, the listener, as a percussion educator. You have to stick to things and see them through.
Yeah.
You know, It is not going to happen in day one. It's not going to happen in week one. It's not going to happen in year one. Miss Islas and I, for a long time, we've been very fortunate to work for several different programs and kind of build and grow several different programs with great educators, and identified that it takes on average about 5 years, right? Mm-hmm. That's what it takes to kind of get where you want to go. And that requires perseverance and it requires discipline. And, the 3 of us, this might be a shock to you, listener. We got other things in our life, right? But we made this a priority and committed to it and saw through, and we'll continue to do so. I think that it warrants taking a moment to celebrate not only the year, but also to celebrate the most important facet of the podcast, which is you, the listener.
Amen.
Yes.
Yeah. Mr. Bush, I think we were just talking before we started recording. One of the, what's the right word? One of the coolest things, like in my life, my whole life, is when I'm somewhere doing like some percussion related thing, but it's not like podcast, right? And I'm talking to someone about something else and they're like, oh, yeah. Someone actually said to me one time, like, oh, you're the guy on the podcast. And I was like, yes, it depends which one you're talking about. I'm only on one, But I have actually had this moment where I'm talking to someone about something totally unrelated, and then they realize, oh, you're on the podcast. I'm a fan of this podcast and you're on it. It's so cool. And those like IRL connections have been
those
really
are always
fun.
great. Those are always fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, we wanted to use this also as an opportunity to maybe reintroduce ourselves. Maybe you're new here. Maybe this is your first one, or maybe you just started listening a couple ago and, you're one of the incredible educators in Utah. There's so many great music educators. I just chose that place randomly, but you know what I mean? Yeah. But you're kind of like, I don't really know the Texas scene, or I don't really know who Zach and Doug and Patricia are or anything like that. So we thought we would do just a real quick, we're going to play a game here. Everybody has 90 seconds to just kind of run down a condensed bio of some of the percussion related accomplishments or accolades or experience that we have. So Mr. Shear, you're up first.
Oh, no.
You got 90 seconds. I'll start the clock whenever you start talking.
Hello, everyone. My name is Zach Shear. I am the 3rd co-host of the Team Islas podcast. I grew up in Guthrie, Oklahoma. Small school, shout out. Went to the University of North Texas as a jazz major first, and then switched to music ed. So a lot of drum set in my background. Marched in the UNT drumline, PASIC. March Phantom Regiment in 2008, then started my teaching career. Most of that was spent at Coppell High School, where I had the distinct privilege of working with Doug and Patricia. We went to PASIC a couple times, won the drumline competition, won the percussion ensemble competition, several other Black Swamp and stuff like that, and taught with wonderful students, wonderful parents, wonderful teachers there. Fast forward now, because I don't know where I am on time, I am the the director of sales and marketing for Dynasty Percussion and Titan Field Frames in Gainesville, Texas, and get to do a lot of work connecting with band directors and percussion directors through them exploring purchases. And that's a new thing that I love doing. It's kind of an extension of like talking to people about Player's Guide or about the podcast. I like to say sometimes that talking to drummers is my favorite thing to do. And percussion director is my native language. I like to always say that. So I feel like I'm running out of time. Mr. Bush is pointing at me. That's it.
There it is. There it is.
Nice.
All right. Miss Islas, you're up next.
Okay. I'm up. All right. So my name is Patricia Islas. I grew up in the North Texas area and went to the Colony High School, which was a very competitive program at the time. Graduated from the University of North Texas with a bachelor's degree in music performance. I've taught lessons in more programs in the area than you can even name, but been able to work inside some outstanding middle school, high school groups that have been competitive at all the things like call for tapes for all the big, Midwest and TMEAs and all of those things, along with drumline contests, winning first place and trophies at the HEBs and the Planos and the Lone Stars and the Dripping Springs competitions. I performed and collaborated with some Grammy-winning artists, including Horacio El Negro Hernandez, Greg Bissonette, and Imogen Heap. I've taught and arranged for open and world-class drum corps, which include Southwind and Blue Knights. I've written and arranged for many competitively successful 4A, 5A, 6A marching band programs for the last 20-ish years. I guess it's hard to believe that it's been that long, but probably. I've been the arranger and an educator at Coppell High School for the past 10 years, which is where I met the infamous Mr. Scheer here.
Time's up.
Oh my gosh.
It's our podcast, our rules. You can say whatever you want.
Okay, I have a few more things.
I feel like I went too fast. And now Miss Islas gets more time. All right, fine.
I wrote a list because I'm extra like that. I have a couple more things.
Oh, sure.
I've been an adjudicator for solo percussion ensemble, and drumline competitions. I'm a composer of percussion ensembles that have been invited to Midwest PASIC and TMEA, and a composer also of the popular two-mallet book of exercises, etudes, and solos called Momentum.
Yeah. All right. Miss Islas. My name is Doug Bush. I have the pleasure and privilege of being Patricia Islas' husband. We met at the University of North Texas. Yeah, I grew up Dallas, Texas, and got my degree in music ed from the University of North Texas. Marched drum corps, taught drum corps, I designed the Optima bass mallet for the ProMark sticks and mallets. I helped design the Remo PowerMax bass head. I helped design the Mapex bass drum. And my resume is essentially identical to Miss Islas's lessons and teaching and whatnot, having the pleasure and privilege of both teaching and writing for groups to win at BOA, to win Texas State Championship, TMEA invited, PASIC, Midwest. I don't even know the number of drumline contests, a lot of success on that front. Authored 3 best-selling method books, or co-authored with Player's Guide, but then Super Hands and Opening Statement and Master Hands. And I believe that I have taught and worked with Basslines to win Best Bassline Caption Award every year since the year 2006, except for one single year. So I guess that's like a quarter of a century. Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. And then, get to do this wonderful podcast with Mr. Scheer and Miss Islas. And, one of the things that we want to do to kind of celebrate this is, again, in showing appreciation to our listeners, is several of our episodes have been centered around questions that we've gotten from the listeners, right? And so for the month, this next month, the month of July, the year 2026, Anyone that submits a question to teamislas@gmail.com, that's TeamIslas@gmail.com, will automatically be entered in an opportunity to win a book pack. And this book pack will include the best-selling Momentum, Super Hands, Player's Guide, Opening Statement. All these things will be bundled and shipped to the address of your choosing. What is the retail value of this? Bro, listen. The retail value, forget about that. Like, the musical value of this is unironically probably close to 5 million precious rubies or something. I don't even know. It's like this is literally like just the amount of hours. I mean, the we all invested, in just Player's Guide alone, right? With just like invaluable years of experience of, again, hopefully you got from a little bit from the resume here. A lot of people maybe that are new to us kind of maybe just know us from Capel. There's a very long history with a lot of programs, big and small, right? To kind of help grow this database of knowledge and experience that we are wanting to share, because at the end of the day, the three of us are wanting to do anything we can in our part of giving back to the community that's given us so much, right? And help maybe provide some of the resources that we wished we had earlier in our career to kind of help make it a little bit smoother. And Mr. Shear, when does this podcast come out?
Yeah, great question, Mr. Bush. You can rely on our podcast dropping in your feed every 2 weeks on Thursday. Every 2 weeks, it should be there when you wake up in the morning. And
Team Islas Podcast Thursday.
Team Islas Podcast Thursday. TIPTH. Yeah. Mr. Bush, as you were talking about we want to give back and we want to share our knowledge, that sort of thing, it made me think about like the very first conversations we had about the Team Islas podcast and what our desire for it is, what it is and what it isn't. And I think our hope, I think we'd all agree, is that eventually any topic you can possibly run into as a percussion educator, right? Like you walk into the classroom, whatever happens, something with beginners and their foot tap, or something with your 11th grade student trying to make all stake, or something with your bass line, or something personal with another band director, that there is an episode you could go to and get some advice. There are people who have shared their experiences on this same topic. We want it to be, just a resource, So we're not interested in doing 3-hour interviews or all of these other things you might find in the podcast world that are great, but we want it to be a quick, easy, helpful resource for you, the percussion educator.
Yeah, I mean, we've been there. We've been in as many of these situations that are tough that you're experiencing as well. And if we haven't personally experienced them, we have seen or talked to people who have experienced them. So we want to share whatever knowledge we can with as many people as we can to make the job a little bit easier.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Hey, once again, genuinely, thank you so much for hanging with us today, and thank you for any and all of the episodes that you've checked out, and weekly receiving these emails from people around the world, actually, or messages, direct messages. It's very inspiring. It helps provide that fuel and that excitement to kind of keep this going. Again, if you have any questions for the podcast, or you want an opportunity to get the free book back here, you can send them to teamislas@gmail.com. That's TeamIslas, TeamIslas@gmail.com. Shout out to all the great percussion companies that support Team Islas. That's Mapex Majestic Percussion, Dynasty Percussion, Titan Field Frames, Remo Drumheads, ProMark Sticks and Mallets, Sabian Cymbals, Beetle Percussion, and Lot Riot Apparel. Whether you've listened to all of the Team Islas podcast episodes, or if this is your very first time, please leave us a 5-star review. Remember, friends, step 1 is time, step 2 is sound, and step 3 is subscribing to the Team Islas podcast.